Welcome to Magic Mike's Kitchen. Today we're cooking mushrooms. I love this mushroom recipe. It's fantastic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute our mushrooms. Then we're gonna cook some shallots, some fresh thyme, a little bit of garlic, finish it with some lemon juice. And then these mushrooms are great as a side dish to your steak, a side dish just in general. You want to use this mushroom recipe, chop it up nice and fine, put it on a little crostini, pipe on a little mousse. Beautiful hors d'oeuvre. You want to make a quiche. Like this mushroom recipe is going to make these mushrooms sing. Tra-la-la, la-la. You can use whatever mushrooms you got, whatever you can find at the grocery store, whatever is going to taste good. This recipe is going to make any mushroom taste good. So we've got lots of cremini mushrooms, a little bit of shiitake mushrooms, and some oyster mushrooms. This came out of like a mushroom package of wild mushroomness. What we're going to do is take our oyster mushrooms and just pull them. You don't really need to chop them or do anything else to them. They're ready to go. Now, the question is, do you wash your mushrooms or don't you wash your mushrooms? If they're super fancy mushrooms, yeah, there's no real proof that the mushrooms are going to absorb a lot of the water, but just wash them quickly. So what I do is I take a strainer, put all the mushrooms in, and just run it under water and let the mushrooms dry afterwards. What you can also do is take a mushroom brush. It's like a paintbrush, and wipe all the schmutz off the mushroom. What we're going to do with the shiitake mushrooms is we're going to slice these ones nice and into strips. If you had portobello mushrooms, use the portobello mushrooms. You got button mushrooms, whatever it is. The shiitake mushrooms are going to add a beautiful flavor to it. I'm using fresh thyme. What we're going to do is hold it by the tip of the thyme, and you're going to pull down. Look at that. We got all of our thymelets on the table. Now, the reason why I'm using thyme and not anything else is just because classic French cooking for me is all about thyme. Yeah, it just lends itself really well. The earthiness of the thyme goes really well with those mushrooms. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the tops and the bottoms off of our shallots. So we're going to add all of our mushrooms in, and we're just going to let them sit. Let's not mess around for a minute here. What's going to happen here is the mushrooms are going to interact with the pan and everything and start to caramelize. I've got 5 or 6 sprigs of our thyme. I've got 2 shallots. Gonna finely chop it all up. Then we're gonna add some garlic to this whole mixture. Why? Why not? Garlic is life. My mother wouldn't agree with that statement, but mine here. So let's chop up nice and fine our garlic. What you're going to notice is the liquid is going to come out of those mushrooms. To give it a bit of a helping hand, we're going to season with salt. Salt pulls moisture out of things. So we're going to sweat these down until all of the liquid is out. So let me show you what's going on in here. Let's see if we... So this mushroom you can see on the side, it's starting to caramelize. The color's changing. The flavor will deepen and intensify. So at this point, the mushrooms are starting to get a little bit of color on them. They smell fantastic. We are going to take them out of the pan. So into the pan, we've got our garlic, our olive oil. Whoopa.
Oh, almost sounds like a Greek dish.
She's singing to us. We can turn the heat down now. All these flavors are now coming together. We're going to hit it with some lemon juice, because the lemon juice is going to bring out all those natural flavors. We're going to find out what cuts we have on our hand. We're going to give it a taste, and then we're going to season. So let's give it a little bit of cracked black pepper right off the bat. And the liquid has been absorbed back into the mushrooms.
Wow.
I've turned the pan off.
So they actually like absorb them.
Yeah, so they're little sponges at the end of the day. So what you want to do is you want to cook the liquid out. Let that liquid reduce. Flavor packed back into the mushrooms. The citrus is really opening up the flavor.
Sounds like the mushrooms are an actual tool.
Yeah. So we got a good pinch of sea salt in there. And these are ready to go. We're going to put these in a bowl and maybe make a steak and call it lunch.
Nice. I'm in.
Fantastic. Join us next time. Something interesting will be happening in this kitchen.